The excavations support written accounts that during the Crusades, Muslim practices are rubbing off on the Europeans. A case in point is the treatment of the sick.
Before the Crusades, European hospitals were created exclusively to feed and house the poor, not to heal them. Often the sick were actually turned away. That's about to change.
This excavated chamber is the site of a Crusader hospital and an order of knights called the Hospitallers. In essence, Hospitaller knights are warrior monks. But off the battlefield, their day gig is to care for ailing pilgrims and crusaders. In Muslim hospitals, doctors enhance the recovery of their patients with diets of fruit and fresh foods. In the end, Muslim culture is unaffected by the ways of the Europeans.
The impact on the Muslim world was minimum because here was a civilization already at a peak. And what they brought, the Europeans and the Crusaders brought to the Middle East, was simply ideas of war and warriors and sometimes brutal savagery.
Their dream in ruins, the Crusaders leave the Holy Land. But long before the Crusades, Mideastern ideas take root on the European continent.
What was positive for Europe was the idea of civilization, which means chivalry, which means learning, which means books, which means a way of life, which means cleanliness in personal hygiene and personal diet.
Scholars are stimulated by exposure to more advanced mathematics and astronomy. Italian trade ports make a killing ferrying pilgrims to the Holy Land. The new wealth stimulates the Renaissance. Over 700 years ago, Saladin and Richard began a dialogue that led to a time of tolerance in the Holy Land. Today, in the Middle East, there remain many on both sides who see that distant truce as a pilgrimage worth taking again.